Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and today we're going to make us some paper or some pages to go into our junk journal. Now here's some that I've done previously. I want you to look at them closely, and then after I am through showing you these that I've already made, I would love for you to make a comment in the description and tell me what you think I used to make my papers distressed or old looking. And then you can watch the video some more and you will see what I used and how I did the process. So let's look at these papers. Okay, I have some here. This has a white strip and some extra little splotches there. And this is the back side. Now all of these were done with one thing, and that's what I want you to guess is what that is. And here's one that I crinkled up beforehand. And we have this, the back. And this piece here, I think it's got stuck, there we go, is just a blotch there. I'm not sure I will use this one. If I do, I'll be putting some more color on it because this is too white for me. Here's another piece that I just put in here in the middle that isn't colored. And here's one, this is I would say the best one, or the one I like the most. And you notice I have some ridges here. And when I fold my paper like this will give me some lines that I can write on. And then here's the back side. It has some lines also, and some white areas. And if you notice, they're not smooth all over. The color's not smooth all over. It's just like they would be if they were old. And then this is another piece here that I put in between. And here's another one that was splotchy that I probably won't use. It's okay that it's splotchy, but I also tore this when I was drying it, so I probably won't use that. But these here, I will. Now, if you will, take a moment, stop the video, and make a notation and tell me what you think I used for coloring my papers. Okay, I hope you made a notation, and I'll be interested in seeing what you put on the description. I have some papers here that are already kind of yellowed because these are real old, and then some of them were sitting in the sun in a stack, and so you can tell that it's yellowed. Okay, now let me get my equipment ready, and we will color some more pages. In the meantime, I'm gonna put this over here out of my way, and the reason I have the lines there is because I used a rack. So I've got to get my rack for it to dry on so you can see the whole process. Okay, here is my pan. Now anytime that you're working on coloring your paper and you have some leftover media, you can let it dry up and it won't mess up your pan. Now this, by the way, this is a real old pan I dug out of, I don't know, out of something they were going to throw away, and I grabbed it because it had edges on it. It had a high edge. That means I could put a lot of water in it, or I could have a little. And what I've done, I've got my leftover in here, and I've added some water, but I'm going to add some more. And I'm using warm water because I want my stuff to dissolve more. So I think that's enough water for now. Now let's see what is this that's in here with my water. and what I'm going to be using. It is this. Is this what you guessed? I had it upside down. It's Swiss Miss. It's hot chocolate. And I have a whole bunch of it that my daughter gave me because they're on a diet now, and even though if it snows outside in a couple of months, she says she's not going to use it, that she'll use something else. And so she gave me all this Swiss Miss, and I knew there must be something I could use it for because I don't drink that much hot chocolate in a year. I've got a whole bag full. Okay, I'm just adding a little now, so it can be a little darker. And what I'm doing now is mixing it up so that the granulated chocolate will dissolve. And you don't want all of your pages real dark or all your pages real light. You want to mix it up and have some light and some dark. So that's what I hope to have here. This is some chocolate that doesn't want to dissolve. We'll put a little more hot water on it. And my proportions, it's up to you. You saw about how much of the chocolate I put in here. You be the judge. If it's too light for you, add some more hot chocolate. If it's too dark, add some more water. Now I'm gonna put this in my water just to get it out of my way. Move some of these items. Now I'm going to take this, and by the way, I am using copy paper or typing paper. And I just put it in my pan like this. And I put both sides in, and if you miss a spot, that's okay. You don't want it necessarily to have the same coverage all over, and you can always tilt your pan to make the water go where you want. And let's see what we're going to do here. And then what I usually do is you take a spoon and pour some on top of it. Let's see what we have right now. Now I've got my pan here, and it doesn't have the cookie rack on it yet, so I'm just gonna put it directly into the pan. Now since I'm in the house and I'm not outside letting the sun dry my paper, I'm gonna put it in the oven. Okay, now let me scoot this over. Hopefully you can watch it, see it a little bit. I'm gonna move this pan over because you see my, and now this one I'm gonna let it go in on the pan without it being on the rack. And all of it doesn't have to have a rack on it. And you can do put other things to give it some of a different design. I like to have it puddle a little bit. Okay, we'll put this one in now and let it start drying. I'll get another piece. Now I have an assistant helping me get my stuff in the oven. So you might see some extra hands helping me out here. And this time, I'm gonna put my paper on a cookie sheet that has the rack on it. And what's nice is this really smells good too when you're working with it. Now, if you would like, go back and look through my videos and see the one in which I use food coloring. You might find that interesting. In the meantime, let me get my rack, my drying rack for my pan. Okay, and now my rack's a little larger than my pan, but that's okay. And this time I think I can almost put 2 sheets on my rack. We'll see if that works. Now, if anyone else has thought about using something entirely different, everybody uses coffee and tea. And as I say, I've used watercolors, and now I'm using hot chocolate. And if there's someone who has used something else out of the ordinary, I would love to know what it is. Now let me show you here what this looks like. See, I've got some that's kind of puddling, and we'll let that stay like that for a few minutes till I get my other out of the oven. We'll do about 6 sheets here, and then we'll compare and see how they look. Okay, this time, since my rack is being used, we'll do it flat again. This particular paper looks to be of a different company than that other, because I don't remember my other looking quite so glossy when I did it. Because you know, when you buy paper and buy reams and everything, and you use different companies, they have different textures. This one seems to have a slick texture. Okay, I finally got it to go over there. One nice thing about this, it really smells nice when you're working. has that chocolatey smell. Almost once you almost want to eat it. Now, I will really be anxious to see how many of you put hot chocolate on the comment section before I got into doing my papers. Now, here's the first one. It's out already. And it's still just a little damp. This side has more on it. This was done on a flat surface. Now, if I wanted to, I like this a whole lot, but maybe if I didn't like it, I like this one okay. But if I didn't like this, what I could do, even though it's already dried and crinkly, I could put some more on this side and put it back in the oven. But in this case, I'm gonna leave it just like it is. Now let's kind of compare that with this. They go together, but they're entirely different. And this is done with that paper I said looked like it had been aged anyway. So we'll put this here with our finished pieces. And I'm gonna do 2 more and that will be it. And then we'll look at all the finished pieces here. And by the time you get your page covered with the solution, it's out of the oven. So you can, it's a quick going thing. And you may not like the fact that I spooned some more on after I got it on the pan, but I like it like that. I like it to have the splotches. Okay, let me see. I think I've got a piece of typing paper over here that is not in that set that was kind of stained. We'll try one more. And this is one of the other, which looks like it has a different finish on the paper itself. Let me see if I can get I don't want to really make any more coloring yet. I want to kind of finish what I have up. And like I said, go ahead and let it dry up if you're not going to use this pan for anything else, or at least for, you know, a couple days or so. Go ahead and let it dry. It doesn't hurt it. And you just have to put some water on it and kind of stir it up a little bit. Now let's see, that's completely covered. Now, if you will notice, this paper seems to be more fragile, and I'm not sure why, except that it's a different company. But we'll put that over here. It has kind of a circle in there, so we'll see what that looks like when it comes out. Okay, here's
I try to take it apart.
where I have it added.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Where I had,
Hadn't done
all right. Where I had it, where I had it overlap, it's kind of sticky.
Yeah, we'll do it apart.
I may have to, here we go. Just have to be careful. There we go. Now, here's my paper. It's got little bulges here. This was done on the rag. I like this side a whole lot. And this is not quite dry, but it will work. As I said, you don't want all your pages exactly alike. So I will put this one over here for right now till my little puddles dry some more. And we'll put this piece, which is, I consider finished. We'll put that over here. Just as soon as all of them are out of the stove, I'll show them all to you. And here's my leftovers for this session, but you can tell. And I used very, very little. If you want, well, I just put my hand on the hot pan. If you want to make a whole lot, just dump the whole thing in there and add a lot of water. And like I said, you have to watch the pan because it gets quite warm. Remember, this is gonna have a circle wrinkle in it. Okay, it starts on this side, then the other. And even though it's it may have a damp edge, even though it has a damp edge, you can still go ahead and take it out because it will dry completely. Okay, I forgot to mention that I have 2 more pieces that were in the oven. This one, and I think this side is really pretty. really pretty. And I have this one. Now you might say, oh, that's way too dark. I don't like anything like that. That's pretty over here. And you're going to be putting things on this page. So if it's too dark, put it in the area that you don't like. Say that you got something here and you want to put a pocket here. See, there's the real dark. Put your pocket there. That solves that problem. Or, you know, or somewhere else. Or put something else there, a picture or an image. But this at least gives you the coloring all over. And then if there's a spot you don't care for, cover it up. Now that really gives us a bunch of papers here, ready to go. Here's my pan. It has very little in it. But what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna make some more, I'm gonna take it outside. By the way, I'm not at home, I'm camping. And this time we have a cabin, and so it has a porch that I can sit this on and let the sun dry it out, and I'll have my dried chocolate, hot chocolate in there. And the next time I'm ready to start, only thing I have to do is put some hot water. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please come back and see me and see what I have in store for you for next time. And I hope you'll try this out. And I'm anxious to see what everyone put in the description box as to what they think I had in my pan. And if you will, try it out and see if you enjoy doing it. By the way, it smells real good while you're working. You got that chocolatey smell. Now don't forget, come back and see me, and have a great crafting day. Bye.